Okay, so in this video, I'm going to try and explain how the program saves the estimates and try and kind of make sense out of it for you. So right now, we have the results window open. That means that the estimator ran estimates for us, or did calculations, so we can view it in the preliminary estimates. Because it ran the estimates, what it's going to do is it's going to save this for us. So if I close this, those preliminary estimates are saved. Okay, so if I went in here and let's say I changed the wall height for the 4-inch again to 13 feet 8 inches. Okay, so we're making the wall height taller, so we should get more quantities of 4-inch. Originally it was 35, we should get more than 35 now. So if I run the report, because I made a change, sometimes it's gonna remind me that I made changes and to hit the refresh Calix button to see those new results. Because when we run the report again, it's just going to load the most recent estimate, as you can tell by this note. And we'll just wait for it. Okay, so here's the estimate. As you can see with the 4-inch, it still shows a quantity of 35, even though we increased the wall height. And that's because it only loaded the most recent estimate that was loaded. So if we want to see the new estimates again, we have to click the refresh Calix button. So if we click it, hit yes, let it do its thing. You can see that the 4-inch now goes from 35 to 50. So it ran a new estimate calculation based on information that was entered. And that's kind of how it works. And the reason why we do that is because if we have to send this file to someone else and we make changes to the preliminary estimates in the blue fonts, for example, when they load it on their computer, they'll see the same estimate that was so it won't run the calculation again. It will just load up the last estimate that was saved. Hopefully that made sense. But if I went in here and changed these numbers as well, if I made this 100 instead of 50 for quantity, and let's say I changed the unit price to 555, if I close this, it's going to save this as my last estimate. So I'm going to close this window and then load it again. As you can see, it's telling me it's loading the most recent estimate. So it should show up with 4-inch at 100, which it does, and the unit price of 555. So it did load the last estimate that was used. Again, if I want to see the numbers based on what was actually entered and based on the actual unit prices that I have that was loaded, then just hit the refresh Calix button. And it shows you the estimates that are actually based on what you entered. And that's pretty much how that works. So hopefully that made sense. That pretty much brings us to the end of the series of tutorial videos for the Logix estimator. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to call us or email us. We'll have our info at the bottom of the screen probably. Okay, so this is Francis signing off for Logix ICF. Thank you.